There comes a moment in life when the fire finds you. Not the gentle warmth of comfort, not the flickering glow of safety, but the kind of fire that devours everything you thought you were. It burns through your excuses. It incinerates your fears. And it leaves you standing bare, raw, and exposed. What you do in that moment defines you. Will you run from the flames? Or will you walk into them and let the fire carve you into something unbreakable? Warriors are not born in calm waters. They are not shaped by soft hands or easy days. They are forged in the heat of failure, molded by the weight of rejection, tempered by the agony of standing alone, with nothing but your breath and your will. This fire, the pain, the loss, the doubt, it is not your enemy. It is your teacher. The flames are speaking to you. They're asking you one question: who will you become when the smoke clears? Every excuse you've ever made, burn it. Every fear you've ever obeyed, burn it. Every time you said, I can't, throw it into the fire and watch it turn to ash. Because warriors are not made in silence. They are made in screams, in sweat, or in blood. In nights so dark you forget what light even looks like. And that's where you find it. The fire inside you, hotter than the world's judgment, fiercer than anyone's doubt, stronger than the chains they tried to put on you. Understand this: the world does not hand crowns to the weak. It does not respect the comfortable. It bows only to those who earn it in the fire. They will mock you when you rise. They will doubt you when you stand tall. They will curse you when you refuse to kneel. But you were built for this. You didn't come to bow. You came to conquer. So when life burns you, don't scream for water. Don't beg for mercy. Smile. Because the fire is not your punishment, it is your rebirth. Let it strip away your weakness. Let it melt your fear into power. Let it turn your pain into fuel. Become the warrior no one saw coming. There's fire ahead of you. There's fire inside of you. But there is no turning back. Let the fire burn you into a warrior. Let it tear away the old you, the soft you, the scared you. And let it leave behind only the unbreakable. And when you walk out, the world will not recognize you. The same people who once doubted you will squint, trying to figure out where their version of you went. But that version, the fragile, hesitant, unsure version, it died in the fire. What stands here now is something else entirely. A force. A storm wrapped in skin. A soul sharpened by suffering. You will carry your scars like medals. Proof that you did not run. Proof that the flames came for you and found you willing to burn. Because the fire doesn't just destroy. It reveals. It reveals the part of you no one could see, not even you. The part that refuses to quit. The part that bends but never breaks. The part that knows pain is not the end, pain is the doorway. And only those who walk through that doorway earn the right to call themselves warriors. So when life sets you on fire again, and you won't fear it. You will welcome it, because you know now every flame is fuel. Every burn is a lesson. Every scar is a story. And every time you step out of the fire, you're not the same, you're stronger. Let the fire burn you into a warrior again and again until there is nothing left to fear. Until pain itself bows before you. Until you become the fire. And when you set the world on fire, they will feel it. Not the gentle heat of someone seeking approval, but the relentless blaze of someone who no longer needs it. You won't explain yourself. You won't apologize for your strength, because you earned this fire. Every step through hell gave you the right to burn this brightly. They will call you intense. They will say you've changed. They will whisper that the flames have made you cold. Let them talk. Because the truth is, the fire didn't make you cold. It made you clear. Clear on who you are. Clear on what you deserve. Clear on the fact that you are no longer here to beg for a seat at anyone's table because you brought your own fire and built your own. This is what the weak will never understand. They fear the fire because they think it's meant to destroy. But warriors know the fire is not the end. The fire is the beginning. The death of weakness. The death of doubt. The death of every version of you that couldn't handle the weight of your own greatness. So let it all burn. Let the past burn. Let the opinions burn. Let every chain they put on you melt down until there's nothing left but the truth. The truth that you were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to play it safe. You were meant to blaze so brightly that the world either learns to love your fire or burns trying to put it out. And when they ask how you became this unstoppable, you'll tell them the truth. I let the fire burn me into a warrior. And when you speak those words, you won't whisper them. You will say them with the voice of someone who has stood in the flames and dared them to do their worst. Because once you've burned and survived, fear loses its grip. Once you've faced your darkest night and made it through, there's nothing left to hide from. You will understand something most people never do. The fire was never your enemy. The fire was your invitation. An invitation to rise. An invitation to become. An invitation to leave behind everything you thought you needed, every excuse, every apology, every doubt, and discover the raw, unshakable power that's been inside you all along. This power doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from being liked. It doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing alone in the fire and refusing to break. And when you've done that, when you've stood there, trembling but unyielding, something magical happens. The fire that once tried to consume you now obeys you. You become the storm and the spark. You don't just survive the fire, you become the fire. And from that moment on, the world can no longer control you. Not with fear. Not with rejection. Not with loss. Because you know now you are not made of glass. You are not made of softness. You are made of flame and fury, and every broken piece you put back together with your own two hands. And the world will either learn to stand beside your fire, or they will get out of your way. So burn. Burn with purpose. Burn with passion. burn so brightly that every shadow you used to hide in disappears forever. And when the next storm comes, because it will, you won't run. You'll stand tall, open your arms and say, "Let the fire come. Let it find me. Let it try to break me one more time. Because I no longer fear the fire. I am the fire." And when you say those words, "I am the fire," something shifts inside you. You stop waiting for permission. You stop looking for rescue. You stop hoping the world will understand your journey. Because now you understand the world was never meant to understand you. The fire didn't come to destroy you, it came to define you. It came to strip away the illusion of who you were told to be so you could remember who you are. Not a victim. Not a follower. Not a prisoner to your past. A force. Warrior. The soul that chose to rise when it would have been easier to fall. And that choice to rise, it rewrites your story. It breaks every cycle. It shatters every lie. It silences every voice that ever told you you can't. Because you did. Because you are. Because you will again and again, no matter how many fires come. And here's the truth they don't tell you. The fire doesn't stop once you rise. It keeps coming. Life will test you again and again. Because warriors aren't tested once, they're tested always. But the difference now, you no longer fear the heat. You welcome it. Because every time the flames touch you, you remember, this is where I grow. This is where I sharpen. This is where I become even more dangerous, even more powerful, even more me. So let them come, the storms, the doubters, the pain, the fear. Let it all come. Because the fire made a mistake the first time it touched you. It thought it could destroy you. What it didn't know is that you were born to burn, born to rise from ash, born to glow so fiercely the darkness itself would learn your name. So step forward, warrior. Step forward into your destiny, not afraid of the flames, but leading them. Be the fire that lights the way for others still afraid of their own. Be the fire that shows them survival is not enough, you were made to conquer. Be the fire that refuses to be tamed, explained, or contained. And when they ask how you became this unstoppable force, you'll smile, not because you owe them an answer, but because you already know the truth. The fire didn't break me. The fire built me. And now I don't run from the flames. I set them. Like, comment, and subscribe.